Hello students, welcome once again to my class. So in the previous video, part 1 of Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, we have seen that Aunt Jennifer's character was in stark contrast with the character of tigers. Tigers are brave animal, wild animal. Aunt Jennifer was docile, not at all brave, very timid, very fearful. Okay? Now second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Fluttering means shivering, quivering. Aunt Jennifer's fingers are shivering, quivering very vigorously. Why? What is she doing right now as given in the poem? She is doing her embroidery work, okay? And she is using an ivory needle. She has put the needle into the fabric, into the cloth, but while pulling out the needle, she is unable to do it as her fingers started shivering. Why? Why the fingers started shivering? Is she having any illness? No. It's not about illness, it's about fear. Extreme fear of her husband that is deeply there, embedded in her mind, in her soul, rather you can say. What is this fear? Aunt Jennifer's husband was a dominating person. Aunt Jennifer was not having the freedom even to do the things that she loved to do. Stitching was something that she enjoyed. But that was not to the liking of her husband. Her husband did not want to see her doing stitching. So she was doing this work of embroidery by hiding it from her husband. And she was afraid that if her husband finds it out, that she is doing something that she enjoys to do, she will be subjected to harassment. And Jennifer was subjected to harassment by her husband. So she is afraid. The moment she remembers all the tortures, all the harassment that she has faced from her husband, her fingers start fluttering, her fingers start quivering in fear, and she is unable to pull out the ivory needle. The fingers are not having the strength even to pull out a needle. So you can imagine to what extent the husband must have dominated her. That this kind of fear was there in her mind. That she was not having the freedom even to do something that she really enjoyed, that she really loved. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Uncle's wedding band. What is this Uncle's wedding band? It's the ring. When marriage takes place among the Christians, this is the practice that they exchange rings. The bride and the groom, they exchange rings with one another. Aunt Jennifer is wearing her marriage ring. The ring that was given to her by her husband at the time of their marriage. Now she feels the ring to be very heavy, as if it's a burden which she is unable to carry any longer. She is not able to carry the burden of the ring any longer. Why? Do you think that the ring is very heavy? The ring is so heavy that she cannot carry it? No. It's because the relationship is a burden for her. For Aunt Jennifer, the relationship that she was having with her husband, the conjugal relationship, was like a burden. She was dragging on with the relationship. She was not enjoying being with her husband. When you are in a relationship and the other person, your partner, instead of being amiable towards you, tries to be your master, then the warmthness of the relationship dies off. There was no warmthness left in the conjugal relationship of Aunt Jennifer and her husband, because her husband treated her like his property, as if Aunt Jennifer was his property, as if he was having the right to do whatever he wanted to do, in whichever way he wanted to tackle her. He was having the right. He took it that way. So Aunt Jennifer finds the moment her eyes fell on the ring, she gets more frightened, because she is, you can say, confined. She is bound in the relationship. She is not able to break that relationship and come out of it, because she was not having that mental strength. If the relationship between a husband and a wife is not working, between a couple is not working properly, then many a times we find that the wife and the husband, they decide to separate their paths. Now when you decide to separate your path, you need to be very strong mentally. Everyone cannot do it. From Aunt Jennifer, this kind of strict decision is beyond expectation, is beyond imagination. She was mentally not so strong that she could even think of separating her ways from her husband. And that's why she finds the ring to be very heavy, because she is confined within that relationship. She is bound to carry on with the relationship because of the institution of marriage. It's the marriage which is, you can say, acting as shackles for her. The shackles of marriage prevents her from breaking the relationship. Understood? That is why she says, the poet says, that the ring is too, Aunt Jennifer finds the ring to be too heavy for her, because actually it's the burden of the relationship. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals. When Aunt Jennifer will die one day, the ring will still be there in her finger, and the ring will be the witness of the ordeals, of the troubles that she experienced during her lifetime. The ring will be a witness to it. She was mastered by here means controlled by. So who was the person who controlled her? Her husband. He was the man who controlled her as long as she was alive. Tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Aunt Jennifer might pass away, but she will be remembered as a woman who was a victim of this male domination, a victim of her husband's, you can say, cruel behavior, torture. But the tigers that she has created, they will continue to remain. They will continue jumping because they are not real tiger. They are her creation. They will keep on jumping, proud and unafraid. As I told you at the very beginning, tigers symbolize unafraidness. Tigers symbolize wildness, freedom. The tigers created by her will remain free, will enjoy their freedom, will remain brave. But Aunt Jennifer, though she wanted badly to be like the tigers, throughout her life she was not able to become bold like the tigers, become wild like the tigers. Never in her life was she able to do it. So she remained a victim of this domination of the male in the society, and she was never able to raise her voice against it. So Aunt Jennifer will be remembered like that only, a woman who remained confined in her relationship because of marriage and was not able to break it. Alright students, I hope you have understood the poem. So this is the end of the poem.